ServiceNow Vendor Risk Management provides a single place for your organization to manage the vendors. With the overview dashboard, you can see a breakdown of vendors based on their tier. This is defined based on their criticality, which can be defined using an initial screening assessment where we look at the nature of the relationship or the interaction and the overall impact on compliance and risk. If we click into the high category, we'll see Saudi Aramco and the overall view of what their risk rating is, with any third-party scores as well. Clicking into Saudi, we can see their overall performance, and we'll come back to this in just a moment.
Now that your vendors have been tiered and prioritized according to your IBS categories, we can start to explore the expanded ecosystem for the risk within. Interos instantly illuminates the sub-tiers of your supply chain without any manual effort, so things like surveys, questionnaires, or on-site visits. Not only is understanding the overall risk that sits within your ecosystem a key step to build operational resilience, we also outline your proximity to risk. For example, in what sub-tier does the risk actually sit? Your supply chain is also scored along these dimensions of risk here. This is a holistic view that Interos gives risk executives and procurement executives so that you can make better supplier decisions faster. So to explore your expanded supplier ecosystem even more, we can actually visualize the overall shape and characteristics of your sub-tier supply chain. The bubbles here tell me how influential the company is in my supply chain, and with a single click, I can track the thread of risk back to me. This view here is used to rapidly quantify how any given risk connects back to my company.
Vendors are then notified from ServiceNow when they need to complete an assessment or provide evidence such as a SOC report. Maria is the primary contact for Saudi Aramco, and once logged into the portal, she can see an overview of her tasks, any issues that have been assigned to her, and the overall assessments that need to be completed. She opens up that assessment to provide a SOC report, uploads the evidence, answers the relevant questions, and once it's attached, she can go ahead and submit.
Now we can use the real-time supplier profiles in Interos to drill into specific risks. Here is our scoring methodology in action. Non-invasive, completely independent, no manual assessments required. We have an aggregate score at the top, and each of our individual risk dimensions can be double-clicked for granularity. For example, here are the categories of risk, and here is the raw data that we capture. Interos is really aiming to elevate the risk conversation, to give you deep risk data at your fingertips. Really what we want to do is accelerate the decisions around sourcing and risk, like shortlisting new suppliers or continuous due diligence. To expand the risk conversation, the Interos geographic map ties location-based risk with scoring to show concentration risk. Here we can see the physical geographic spread of your supply chain. With single clicks, we can then reveal the sub-tiers of suppliers themselves. Concentrations of suppliers can therefore be seen here and here and here, and these might be areas that the business has to pay attention to in terms of reliance on a particular region or a sector. But what we can do is zoom into areas of interest, like China, Taiwan, or Russia, Ukraine, and quickly see your level of exposure to risk in these regions.
Now that we've looked at how Interos provides us that additional level of information on a vendor, let's go back and look at how ServiceNow combines all of that in one convenient place. Back on the overview of Saudi Aramco, we can look at their overall risk ratings that we've calculated based on a number of factors such as those risk assessments and any third-party provider scores that we've got as well. We can look at an overview of all the information that's provided from Interos as well, directly into ServiceNow. And with the 360-degree view, this provides us with a convenient dashboard that pulls all of this information together. So we can look at those overall scores, the results of the assessments that have been sent out, the initial tiering assessment, and any open issues as well. We can see that ServiceNow has automatically raised an issue based on Saudi Aramco's security score from Interos dropping below a certain threshold. This is automatically raised, sent to the key contact, which is Maria, who we were logged in as earlier, and a risk assessment is generated for Maria to complete and provide additional information.